That's what she said. She's speaking from experience. Yeah.
No. I mean, I had my bridezilla moment as well because I had 48 hours to plan my
That
wedding.
was the quickest one.
But yeah, it's the quickest decision. I almost treated it like an appearance. Like, you get a call from your manager saying, Delhi mein appearance hai, kya pehenna hai, bridal. And I'm like, okay, fine. And I gave it 48 hours.
And
It was-
Patachala, it was her event. She was getting married.
yeah, it was a bit scary, but the decision wasn't. But yeah, getting the whole look together was.
Did you figure out your pinks?
Yes, I always wanted to get married in baby pink. And
Looked very pretty.
I did, thank you. And I did tell my now husband, then boyfriend, that please make sure that you match your pug and your pocket square to the color of my lehenga. And this was one night before. And it's a funny story because my lehenga had to be couriered into Delhi and there were thunderstorms. And they were like, ma'am, we have to shut the store. Your lehenga hasn't arrived. And I'm like, you do know that I need it tomorrow. They're like, why is it so urgent? Just take it tomorrow morning. And because it was, like they say, such a secret wedding, I was just like, yeah, but I have an event at 9 in the morning. And they were like, but we'll give you something else. I went, no, I want to wear that pink lehenga. And I was like in tears. Suddenly, I see a carton coming in and there's a pink lehenga that comes out of that. So yeah, I did
They look beautiful and they looked absolutely stunning. So let's give Neha a huge round
Thank
of
you.
applause. And wish her all the love and happiness.
Thank you. Well, going back to the bridal wear details, and it's very important that everybody hears this because this is how beautifully the course is designed. That, in fact, the 9 modules around bridal wear that have been built are women's wear, men's wear, illustration, multi-channel retail, costume design, visual merchandising, styling, and of course, bridal wear. And that's where my next question is going to be, preparation for Fashion Week. You said that you're a bunch of nerves no matter what. It's been years and years of experience, but still you're a bunch of nerves before a fashion show. I've seen it in person as well. But you're very good, and you don't need to be a bunch of nerves. What are your tips when it comes to doing a fashion show that, okay, these are the 3 main things that you need to look into?
Well, one issue being that our industry now is 30 years old. And the fashion industry are maybe beyond 30 years, 32 or 35 years old. But so there's a lot that a lot of designers have already done. And comparatively, that my label is much younger than even I am. It's sometimes you touch a topic and you think, oh, this designer's already done it. You touch another topic and you feel that that's, so example, I have a couture show coming up, which is my biggest collection. And sometimes I'm like, whichever inspiration or discussions we are having, it seems like people have done it. So it becomes really difficult to get a inspiration, and when you get that inspiration, you've got to really speak a language which has not been spoken before, which is tough, and yet, the clients are waiting for something that you always do. So that marriage at times is difficult and very stressful, but I think that everything that I have done in my life, I do it very straightforward and honestly. And this is what I believe in, this is what I'm going ahead with. And that's what I do. Because like I said, otherwise you're just a bundle of nerves, or you can get stressed out about so many things, because everybody seems to have done everything. And so I stick to something, I kind of look at it my way, and I just go with it. And that is the reason that backstage I'm really nervous.
So you're basically saying that you, being a little nervous, having lots of clarity, and sticking to your idea are the 3 most important things.
Sometimes it's show time. You could be making your collection for a year otherwise. Sometimes it's done. It's good to go. It has to go.
Talking about, having these amazing shows and having butterflies before you have your show, every show that you do, you have the most amazing showstoppers. I mean, you look forward to seeing Manish's showstoppers. How do you choose every one of them? How do you keep all of them happy? I'm sure somewhere you're going to step on someone's toes.
Sometimes I become the casting director. I feel I'm like a casting director. So I've had Arjun Kapoor and Jacqueline together for the first time. They've not done a film together. Or Ranveer Singh and Alia Bhatt, they've not done a film together. Alia Bhatt and Aditya Roy Kapoor, Fawad Khan and Deepika. So I kind of like that, or Jacqueline and Aditya Roy Kapoor and Kareena Kapoor and Kartik Aaryan. And so I just kind of like that twist. I kind of like that.
Now I see it.
Yeah, some like different casting, so that's a different visual. they haven't done a film together, and I think it looks so much more interesting.
That's very interesting. Did you ever look at it that way?
I actually didn't, but all I
No.
think is that, the showstoppers look amazing, and
Every single time.
yeah, every single time pictures go viral. Like I said, in your introduction, there was a lot of social media. There was so much emphasis on that as well. And I think as a designer, you cover so many aspects, whether it's being an entrepreneur, designer, somebody who's a known face, and of course, your social media is so relevant. How much time and how much importance does one need to give to that? Because every designer I know, not only you, because you're in a different league, but they really give importance to that.
Well, I think social media is a new development, and it's something that is a part of our lives, whether we like it or not like it. I mean, I enjoy it. And I also feel that it is something that is today a part of your journey, and a very fast way of expressing what you're doing, what you're thinking, what's inspiring you, what your collection is, and what you're all about. And I mean, it's literally become this, I'm so-and-so. If you want to know what I do, check my Instagram handle. So, it's becoming like this, and I think that's great. You don't need to speak too much. You can just see what the other person is up to or is. So I think it's today an important part, as much as being environmentally conscious and not wasting paper. I keep telling my assistants that, you can't do that anymore. You've got to be conscious. Taking up crafts, like we work a lot in Banaras. There's Mijwa, an NGO that I run with actor Shabana Azmi. Then there is, I do a lot of work in Kashmir. In fact, later on today, we are going to see a collection from Kashmir. So giving back to a lot of the, and helping the artisans survive is again a very important aspect of fashion. And I think being conscious of your environment and what you can do back for all those great workers and craftsmen that we have is also as equally important, I think, as social media is.
Absolutely. In fact, nowadays, everywhere you go, people talk about sustainable fashion and being, fashion being environmentally friendly. So I think in today's day and age, it's very, very important. And I think that's a topic that you really probably need to stress with, to our future, fashion designers and students out there, because I think they need to know that they have to be environmentally aware and conscious.
Yes, absolutely. And coming back to the showstopper, I'll tell you how that started. Actually, showstoppers, I mean, now today it's become a profession almost. But when I did my first show in 1999, it was a store that I had started with Yashna Avanti Birla called Reverie. And it was my first show. And Urmila, we had just done so many films together, including Rangila. So it was a very emotional thing for me, where all my friends were, and I asked her, listen, for the first time I'm doing a fashion show, and my first Filmfare Award I won because of Rangila. And in fact, that's how Costume Awards started. And so you must walk for my show. And that's how the concept of Showstopper started. And having that celebrity lineup was because I was from the movies that they all had come to support me.
That's amazing.
And that's how it just started, and it became a norm. And now it's just Showstoppers.
Well, talking about unconventional and, casting, what do you think? Neha and me, we've never walked together. How about that? We've never
It's a
done
good
that.
pair. What do you guys think? Let me see this.
Talk about unconventional casting. You've done that, so why don't you give,
I think.
No.
So, but
What do you think?
but I think it's already done, right? They
No,
walked
we've
for us
never,
today.
no, we've
So
never
clap for
ever
them,
walked for
guys.
Manish this
It's all done.
competition.
You're the
What do you think?
showstoppers. You're the
Manish?
showstoppers tonight.
Can we like walk for you? Do you think we good for that?
You're already my showstoppers tonight. So this pair is done. This pair is done. We should have music on this.
So we thought we'll give him a new idea. He keeps talking about unconventional casting, so there it goes.
Well, thank you.